there was a poster put up at Friendship Square on the kiosk there. I don't know if it's still there. I saw it a couple weeks ago. It's a meme that's circulating widely, and it was just slightly adapted. You know, the memes with the picture and the text above and below. It's a quote from Farquaad, the villain in the Shrek movies. Farquaad had said at one point in the Shrek movies, some of you may die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. And somebody had adapted that meme, just printed out that meme and put Doug Wilson under the Farquaad figure.
Or they could have put Donald Trump.
Because that's the message of the herd immunity thing, I think. Some of you may die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. I mean, that's not a very nice construction to put on that, but and I'm not even saying that's necessarily the intention behind it, but that is the result, and they need to own that result.
Yes.
And that's a fair assessment.
That's modeled from the top down.
I just point out that it's not at all clear yet that natural infection will produce herd immunity. This case of this virus.
Really?
Oh, you're being a scientist. How can you trust that?
That's what I was going to say. If I may speak for a minute, what I've noticed the people of the anti-maskers is that the explanations maybe seem to be based on common sense and a kind of a certain logic. For example, somebody will say, well, wearing a mask restricts your oxygen. It's bad for the breathing. Of course, when I put on the mask, I don't breathe quite as well as I do. I take it off sometimes when I'm winded and there's nobody around, and I notice that I'm instantly breathing better. That's common sense. But it stops there. It stops at simple common sense and reasoning over a basic thing, and then it is followed by an absolute refusal to go to look into any further detail and believe anything that science has to say about it, because science has somehow been pinned against religion as the enemy. And I think that's something that we have to smash, which is why I wrote that column for Tracy about the masks, for Tracy Simmons, about I don't know if anybody read the column. I can send it to you.
Yeah, could you just post it as an attachment on our thread?
Yeah, I'll post it as an attachment. And then similarly, I just wrote the next one about the conspiracy theories, and going into Matthew 7. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but Jesus said that, why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye and overlook the beam in your own eye? You ought to first remove the beam from your own eye so you can see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. And I think that applies too, is that I want to always put that as an I statement, that I need to take the speck out of my eye so I can see clearly to remove, I need to take the beam out of my eye, remove the little piece of dirt out of these guys' eyes. But I'm tempted to say, I wish they would take I wish they would take the beam out of their eye. And I've got to get some other variant. I usually say there's a boulder in my eye and a pebble in the other guy's eye. But the point is, like, you can't see clearly to correct anybody else if you're blinded by something. And this is what I think is the case. These people are blinded, and I think they're blinded in light of Scripture. I could easily go through the Scriptures, and show that, even up to Romans 13, verse 1, and people being, submissive to the ruling authorities. They're not even doing that, and somehow justifying it about all this Rome stuff and the peace that is not Rome, and we're not living in the first century. Well, they might be, and this is the problem. I don't know how to approach these people, or if I should. Oh, thanks, Ken. There's my column about masks. Ken just linked to it.
Thank you.